Hey, my dears, hope you all are fine. As I said that after giving the overview of the first chapter of your SST, the globe, I will make one video. So I have already given you an overview of the chapter, so you can understand. The text is already is with you. So let's not waste the time. Open page number 11, and when I'm reading and explaining, please follow me. Okay, then you can read it afterwards. So the chapter 1, the globe, a model of the earth. Our earth is one of the 8 planets of the solar system. Remember, there are total 8 planets, but the position of our earth is on the third position. Okay, it is a unique planet because of the presence of life. Life exists on the planet because of the presence of air and water. The earth is a home to human beings, animals, and planets. Okay, so beside that, we know that there are 8 planets. The position of the earth is on third. And earth is called the unique planet. Why? Because there is the presence of life, and life cannot be sustained without water. So the presence of water and presence of human beings life makes our planet quite unique. The next para. In olden days, it was believed that the earth was flat. People thought that they would fall off this flat surface if they travel too far to the edges. Now, this is quite like our rooftop. This is flat, so we know when we are going to the extreme edge of the rooftop, there is a possibility we may fall down. So, in ancient time, in previous time, people used to think about this matter, that this is the earth is flat surface, with flat surface. Okay, philosophers and explorers such as Pythagoras, Aristotle, Magellan, Copernicus changed the opinion of people about the earth, which they said was round. These are the first person who said that this earth is not with flat surface. This is a this is round shaped. Okay, this is not flat. Now in the mid there is one point, that is Eratosthenes had worked out how to calculate the circumference of the earth. What is the meaning of circumference? Means the boundary of curved geographical figure. Okay, the boundary of curved geological figures is known as the circumference. And meet me, second point, there is Sir Isaac Newton suggested that the earth was not a perfect sphere means of round shape, but was somewhat flattened at its poles, means north pole and south pole. This side is quite just flattened, just like the shape of an orange. Okay, now come back to the point, that is the globe. A globe is a ball-shaped object with a map of the world on it. Now just mark the line, or you can just keep it within bracket also, that a globe is a ball-shaped object with a map of the world on it. I have already discussed about the thing, so I am going to the next. A globe, being spherical, serves as a good model to help us to visualize the earth and its surface. A major part of the earth is underwater. The large water bodies are called oceans or seas. How many seas we have or oceans we have? There are 5 major seas. Here it is written, I think, according to their size. Okay, let's go through it. The 5 major oceans of the earth are Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Southern Ocean, and Arctic Ocean. According to size, already it is written, so you will memorize these names according to this sequence, so that you can understand that how means which size they belong to. Okay, now the next one, the large landmass of the earth are called continents, as it is full of water. So large landmass, when landmass is landmass is too much, these places are named after something, and they are known as the continents. How many continents do we have? There are 7 continents in the on the earth. Okay, The seven continents of our earth are here it is written Asia, Europe, North America, South America, Africa, Australia, and Antarctica. Seven names are there, but remember one thing, but they are not written here according to the size. According to the size, first is coming Asia, which is the most populous and biggest continent because it is covering the 30% of the total land surface. Okay, 30% of the total land surface. So first is coming Asia, then it is Africa, North America, South America, then it is Antarctica, Europe, and Australia. Antarctica, Europe, Australia. Here only one name is there, and I want to highlight, that is Australia. Australia is the only continent that is not only called continent, it is also called a country continent. So remember this one, Australia is called or known as the country continent also. Next, see the book again. The globe shows us the shape and the location of the continents, ocean and seas on the earth. It also shows the shapes and location of different countries. The oceans are, go to the next page, shows in blue color. Water always on the map, if you are going for map or you are going for the globe, the water bodies is always highlighted with the blue color. Okay, and various other colors are also used, means browns means the land surface basically, green means it is shows the plants or planets, sorry, only plants. So green, brown, white and some other colors are used for showing land parts such as continents, mountains, plains, plateaus, etc. Now we are coming to a point that is quite different from this portion. Okay, this is the main topic of this chapter. That is, we can see only half of the globe at a time. To see the other half, we have to turn it around. So as it is a globe, spherical shape means round shape, so at a single time from one side you can see only one picture, and in the second time, if you want to the other half, you have to turn it. Okay, without turning it you can't see, otherwise you have to go to the other side, or you can turn, you have to turn the globe in the other side. Okay, then it can be turned around on a line passing through it. This line is called the axis. Now what is called axis? Mark this, or you can just simply make bracket. It can be turned around on a line passing through it. This line is called the axis. The picture is you have the picture. Just see it. Some in, if you find some pictures where you can see that the axis is exactly straight, but in some pictures you will see that the axis is little bit tilted in like this. So this is the actual one. The line is not straight, it is actually slightly tilted, you can see. Okay, this axis, on this axis the earth is always spinning. On this axis the earth is spinning, like the top, the that you are playing with is also spinning on a point, like this, in a point. So in this way, the earth also has one axis on which it is spinning always. The two ends of the axis are called poles. Next para, the one at the top of the globe is the North Pole and the other at the bottom is the South Pole. Midway between the poles there is an imaginary circle called the equator, which is 0 degree, which is marked as 0 degree. The equator divides the earth into two equal halves, the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. There we come to the points. Okay, so you know the north side, this is north pole, where the axis is there, that is the north pole, and in the southern portion this is the south pole. Now exactly in the middle, through the middle of the earth, there goes one line that is known as the equator. Okay, that is known as the equator, which is marked as 0 degree. The equator divides earth into two equal halves, the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. Remember the basically the what to say, basically the equator is going from, if it is a globe, then it is going from western side to eastern side. Okay, it is going from western side to eastern side. So if you cut in between, the upper portion is northern hemisphere and the lower portion is southern hemisphere. Okay, so this much I am telling you now, and afterwards I am coming with another video. Till then, stay with me.